G'day viewers, day 20, it's just about 7:30 in the morning, and definitely not in Queensland. It's not beautiful one day, perfect the next. It was beautiful one day, it's pouring the next. Big storms last night came through the whole east coast, and basically since 2 a.m. our resort has had no power. So no breakfast this morning. I did get a hot shower. There was obviously enough hot water in the system, and not everyone had got up yet. Trying to pack in the semi-dark, so I'm hoping I don't forget anything. And yeah, 8:30 we'll be off. Okay, so down at the dam, again, sort of famous place for me, which I never thought I may never get to see. This is Fontana Dam. We actually have to cross the dam wall to get to the Smokies, which are covered in clouds, and I gather that's why they get their name, the Smokies. Cold day, April the 4th, and day 20 of my trip, and that's Dusseldorf just up ahead of me. And I've been going about 1 minute. The visitor centre where I was yesterday, and there's a view on the other side of the dam wall. After about 500 metre walk up the road, we then come to the start of the Smokies Trail on the Appalachian Trail, and there's Dusseldorf putting his permit in the box. Yep, just coming to enter. I had to make an adjustment to my pack. I've duct taped one of the cables. I'm so sick of it coming loose, and that makes everything uneven. Got me permit, trekking bowl, got me permit, 4th of 4th, gives me 8 days. Oh, it looks like they've emptied it. And I'm registered that I'm in. Okay, here we go. So I've been climbing for a while now. I think you might be able to just see the tower on top of the trees up there. That's where I'm headed. It's been quite a good climb today. It's nicely switched back. Maybe the break makes me feel better. And the cool weather. I'm not really hot. I wouldn't have liked doing that in the heat yesterday. But yeah, probably 3/4 of the way up there and feeling pretty strong. I've had to tape with duct tape all 4 of my straps on my pack that adjust where it sits. I'm just sick of them coming loose, and then it's hurting me back. I still am a little bit sore on the right hand side. I can feel it, but it hurts more when I go down than up. But I am feeling it already going up, and it's been up all day, no down. So Z-Packs, you need to look at making it so that if you get it in a position, it doesn't slip. It's the one thing I don't like about this pack. First water source after Fontana Dam. It's just in this valley and on the corner of a switchback. We've just come across there, and we're just about to go up there. So we're not quite to the top yet. It's just up there. But this is a nice little rock formation on the side of the mountain that we go across. And the best thing it does, it gives you a magnificent view. No trees in the way. And we came down, up from down there somewhere on the other side of the ridge, because you can't see the dam, so it must be on the other side of the ridge. But yeah, wow. Okay, I've made it to the Shustak fire tower at the top of the mountain, and there's this very iffy building that I'm going to try and go up to, but I'm not filming while I'm walking up there, no way. Say that again?
It's pretty gnarly. Cold.
Cold? Windy?
Cold. The view is pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get to the top, that's my problem. Alright, I made it to the top of the tower and I'm making the proverbial bricks because that was scary. This is not as sturdy as the one on Albert Mountain. But there's the dam down there, so we've come up from that. We've basically walked up that ridge line, and whoever made this part of the trail needs to go back into Georgia and tell them how to make trails, because this was a lot nicer to come up. We've still got more height to go. We're about 700 metres or 2,000 feet up from where we started. We've got about another 1,000 feet to go up yet, so I'm assuming that will be that one over there in the hill, in the cloud. But yeah, these are the Smokies. And if you watch this, it means I made it back down the stairs. If you don't, oh well, it doesn't matter.
Try to police evidence.
Yeah, use it for police evidence. I will try and show you how high. I'm not putting my head out the window, but I'm going to try and put the camera out.
That's even scary.
Oh, don't drop. Don't drop. That's where I come from. That'll do. I'm heading down now. See ya. So there's quite a few of these on the trail, and some are even more rickety than that one. I don't know how I did that. I was absolutely petrified. I was hanging onto the walls up there, very, very nervous. It doesn't look much from the ground. When you go up those 6 flights and you feel the wind pushing you and it's all rickety and all the screws are all rusted and I'm over 100 kilos and the floor's all wet in there, half the glasses on the windows are smashed. So rain gets in, I wanted to get down as quick as I could. And by the way, Savannah, Wally came up as well, but he was too scared to come out of my pocket to have a look when we were up there, which is pretty good because I was too scared to let go of the wall to grab him out of my pocket. So it all worked out okay. Today's been a really nice ridge walk. After that climb up to Stack Fire Tower, it's nice and cool. Still got that ache in the back. That's the only thing that's annoying me. Everything else is fine. And the straps, I think, and that's what's causing the ache in the back. There's those drums again. I wonder what that means. I wonder if that's got something to do with the drums I just heard. Bears are active in this area. Do not approach them. Notice, campsite 113 is closed due to aggressive bear activity. We heard from a ridge runner, which is like a ranger in Australia, that recently a bear went into a campsite, and even with the people in the tents, went searching in the tents, and quite a few of the tents were destroyed in that. So they've closed that campsite. The thru hikers have to stay at shelters, so I wasn't going to be staying at that campsite anyway. I've made it to Molly Ridge shelter. I believe there's going to be a lot of people coming up here tonight, so I don't really like staying in the shelter, so I'm not going to set up, but if I do get out, I found a little flat spot here, which I'll probably use. I'll have to wait and see. If it's not full up, I'll have to go in the shelter. Give you a nice little surprise at the end, the typical straight up, and my back was getting very sore, I was feeling it. Not a lot of videoing today. One thing I do normally is in the morning while I'm having my shower and getting ready and everything, I charge my phone, which was my plan this morning, but as you know, the power was out, so I didn't have a lot of battery. I could have got my battery out of my pack, but that was just more effort and more work. I'll charge it tonight, so tomorrow and then I can video a bit more. It is chilly up here and we're right on the ridge, the wind's coming through there and you can feel it. The guys are already setting up tent. People having their lunch. There's the bear activity sign over there, just letting people know. And they're doing something with the bear cables over there. Looks like they're lifting them up a little bit higher or something like that. A bit cold, he's blowing on his hands. It's now 5:17. All set up, ready to go. The dog whisperer is next to me, he's drying his stuff out because I got drenched last night. And all sorts of tents all up the side here. And here comes Dusseldorf, and everyone's hung their bags in the bare cables because we have heard there's been activity at each of the sites here, and the last one was shut down. So I'm currently in my tent at the end of day 20, and on day 19 I showed you my Gattox hat, but I've also got me AWOL book, which is the other thing I live with now. I have certain pages, it's a leaflet sort of book that I keep in my pocket, and that's why they're all folded, and then the rest of the book stays in my waterproof case, which is this thing under here, and that just sits in my pack. But what I'm doing, I thought I'd try and show you what's happened in the last few days and what I'm trying to plan moving forward. Hang on, I've just realised I've got these the wrong way around. How have I done that? Oh, I see. Alright, so day 16 I was at a place just before the knock, and that would be down here. Now if you have a look here, it's got feet, 1,000 feet, 3,000 feet, 5,000 feet. And we stayed at just before the knock. We went down and had breakfast, and then out of the knock we had to climb, and that was the day I climbed 12 kilometres, and as you can see it just goes up, 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 and then I thought I was nearly at the top, and then I got me water, and then it was up, up, and then right at the very top of this one you can see it nearly goes straight up, and that was very hard. And then we're at 5,000 feet, which 5,100 is about 1,700 metres, which is 500 metres short of Mount Kosciuszko. So then the next morning I got up and it was all downhill, and then further downhill. That up was quite hard, even though it's only short. Then down, 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 and that's at 150. Stokoa Gap is where I had lunch. So green is where I camped, yellow is where I stop and have lunch, and that was trail magic. Now after I ate all that, it was a slide uphill, a little bit of a downhill. Then we had this Jacob's ladder, and the steeper it is, even though it's only short, it means it's straight up the side of a mountain. And then the rest of the day was not too bad, but like I said, I was in autopilot. I had planned to camp here at Cody Gap, but I extended and got out to Cable Gap Shelter. So because it was downhill and I was on autopilot, I got down there. It's got these symbols mean it's got a toilet, it's got water, it's got tenting, and it's got a shelter, and it's at 2,878 feet. From there, the next day, got up, and then a little bit of an up, but then it was a massive downhill into Fontana Dam. So just basically, a few hours just continually walking down. A lot of people are struggling with the knees. I've got no problem whatsoever with going down. Walked around the lake until we got to the marina, and then I had me 2 days off in the marina. So today, we've had to go, whenever you go down, you got to go back up. So we crossed the dam, and then we had to climb all the way up to the Shustak Tower, which I did videos of earlier in the day. And then the rest of the day was still up, but a lot less gradient. Feeling pretty good up into here, then started getting us all back down here. There's a water source there in this gap. You could get water there, it shows it there. And then it was more up, and this was steep again. And I was very thankful when I got to this Molly Ridge shelter. So that was today. So basically 165 up to 177.3, just under 12 miles. Tomorrow, 170, I'm missing a page. Here we go. Sorry about that. So tomorrow it'll be a slide uphill first off, then down into this gap, then we start climbing more, and we get to a point which has got a camera view at 5,440, rocky top with views. Actually it's not the top. Then you've got Thunderhead Mountain is the top, that'll be the highest, 5,527, so we're getting up over 1,800 metres. Plan is to go to Derek's Knob Shelter tomorrow, which is another 12 miles. Now all these days are less than what I've got to average overall. I've got to average 15, but until I get through the mountains at the start and get my trail legs, I've planned to go a little bit slower, plus I'm working on that date in Gatlinburg. Then the following day, we go from Derek's Knob Shelter, and then again, it's a gradual more up, further up, right up, until we get to a place called Clingman's Dome. And Clingman's Dome is 6,658 is the highest point. And that is basically 200 metres shorter than Mount Kosciuszko in Australia, our tallest mountain. And I'm hoping it's not snowing on that day. There is a tower at the top, a cement tower with a walkway up to it, and if you get a nice day you get beautiful views. If you get a cold wet day it can be miserable. And then I basically walk down from that and a little bit up and stop at this Mount Collins shelter. That's where we're going to camp that night. That's Friday night the 6th. And then it's just a 5-mile walk down, so 8 kilometres, down into Newfoundland Gap on Saturday. And the Baptist Church, if I get there before either 9:30 or 12, will give free shuttles into Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg's right next to another place called Pigeon Forge, and I've got a accommodation booked there for a week. It was at a very good price. It was going to cost me the same sort of money to stay in hostels for a few days. I'm going to take a 00 there, enjoy it. Now there's a couple of guys that I'm walking with that one's feeling a bit sick, so he might actually take me up on an offer of staying with me, and the other guy's sort of walking at the same sort of speed as me, so he might take one as well. Got a couple of things I would like to do in that town, so if I do I'll video it. If I don't, no point mentioning it. It is a sort of touristy resort town, Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So there should be quite a few things that I can do there. So that's my aim for the next few days, and then basically I'll get a shuttle back, and then it's climbing again, and 2 more days in the Smokies. I've got 8 days on the permit to get through. There'll be 3 to there, 4 or 5 there, and then I've got 3 to get out. So I should be alright. It's only 2 days. The only thing I do have to work out is how to get a shuttle or some way of getting from Gatlinburg to Pigeon Forge, but if worse comes to worse I can just get a taxi or try this Uber thing. Alright, so I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of how it all works, and you can see all the climbing that I'm doing, and it's not a simple day, I can tell you that for sure.